What up, what up, what up? Welcome to yet another episode of the Ugly Money Podcast. I am your host, Ugly Money Nietzsche. This episode is being sponsored by 3 Young Queens. The only thing that keep my elbows and knuckles from being ashy is 3 Young Queens, the best shea butter in the world. You can follow them at 3 Young Queens on Instagram. And, of course, Bougie Fly Apparel. The flyest new apparel line in the streets. Follow them at Bougie Fly Apparel. I got some of that on right now, and they got big dog sizes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest today, but before we do that, before I introduce him or reintroduce him to you, first thing we need to do is go ahead and get them likes up! Smash that like button. Go ahead and drop your city and location, man. We are live right now. This is a legendary interview. We're going to talk about some legendary things, maybe some legendary people, and you definitely want to be in it. So go ahead and hit that like button, smash that like button, drop them cities and locations, and let's get this thing on, baby. Remember, all super chats will be read and discussed in full. If you want to say something with your chest, if you have a question for us, send it with a super chat and we'll get right to it. Got to make sure y'all get ready for that Ugly Fest going down July 12th through the 14th here in Atlanta. Go to uglymoney.online to get your tickets. Ugly Fest. I'm giving away $10,000 to the hottest artists in the country that night, and as well as the first annual Ugly Money Mansion and Pool Party going down that Sunday on the 14th. We got over 50 models in the building. If you seen a girl on Trigger Alert and you like the way she look, chances are she's going to be at that mansion party. So definitely go to uglymoney.online to get your tickets. And we going crazy in July. Hi, man. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest. Stan, you have to come in a whole lot on this main joint. Come in, yeah. Come in.
That ugly mother.
Just come in. Don't even worry about the screen. And we ain't going to put the logo up there. Don't worry about the screen. Not away, Virginia's in the building. What up? Monique, what's happening, baby? Boston, Massachusetts, what's up? Williamsburg's in the building, what's up? Newark, New Jersey, what's up? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, West Side Atlanta's own. Original PSC member. Rap royalty, as I like to say. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, AK the Razer Man is here! What's up, my brother? I appreciate you making some time for us, dog.
Yes, sir.
From your legend. He done came down from the legendary mountain to talk some legendary things.
Yeah, man. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do so. And thank you, man. For
it's all love, baby. It's all love. Shouts out my brother Too Nice, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy Too Nice always putting the dots together. Ever since I known Too Nice, he always put the dots together, hustling and making some things shake. So shouts out Bomb Drop for Too Nice, man. So, brother, first and foremost, before we get into all the things that we got going on today, who was AK the Razer Man before AK the Razer Man became AK the Razer Man?
Well, you know, starting off, you know, music has always been something I started off with. You know, I started off in a band, elementary school. So I'm pretty much, music is my soul, you know. So when it come to, you know, who was AK the Razer Man before AK the Razer Man, pretty much the rhythm of blackness, the rhythm of the streets, you know what I'm saying, the rhythm of spirituality, but, you know, just the mentalities. So, you know, so AK the Razer Man, you know, was a writer, poet, you know, and a dreamer. That's like, you know, so, you know, I had to do some things that I forgave myself for, and
respect
to, you know, make that dream come alive and build a bridge, you know, for others. So
yeah.
That's pretty much what AK the Razer Man, you know, is that in all in a nutshell.
Let's talk about the West Side.
Let's go.
Coming up on the West Side, Bankhead, I would imagine.
Yeah, in between there, all over there.
Let's talk about it, man. Tell me about the West Side coming up.
Well, you know, the West Side, you know, for my come up, I kind of moved around, you know. As far as, you know, when you talk about how I came in the game, you know, with T.I. PSC, you know, I pretty much grew up on that west side of town. Like, for instance, Bankhead, right?
Yes, sir.
And Bankhead, you know, it's just not put out there, is a white man, you know, that was a warden for Alabama warden for penitentiary.
Wait a minute, hold on. You mean Bankhead was a white prison warden? And
Right.
That's what the Bankhead is named after?
Right.
Wow.
So, you know, we claim that, you know, it is what it is, but it's stretched. So the beginning of it, you know, this man was in Alabama. So Douglasville is where it stretched from, on down to Fulton County. And right there in Fulton County is where Bankhead Courts, who was named after that white man, they had the projects there. So we kind of grew up in between that area, and just to give you a little history on where the name come from. And we grew up in between Six Flag, Fulton Industrial, you know, and Campbellton Road. So like pretty much that west side, southwest was pretty much like our just area, cause back in the day you didn't have all that extra transportation. So
yeah,
you work your common ground between the west and the southwest. So that's kind of where I did my business trapping, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing. And
so how did you make the transition from the streets to the mic?
Well, the transition, you know, we were blessed by our brother who was graced to have the platform to be able to present the music. You know what I'm saying? With that grace, we pretty much put in the work that we needed to do as artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get on with that deal, they don't really want you on for real. You know, they want you. They making hits is easy but it's hard.
Wow.
You know, so. They really didn't want us to really do nothing with Tilt. They kind of looked at us like, y'all just the homeboys. You know, y'all need to fall back. Y'all just neighborhood niggas. You know, let Tilt do his thing. But we had to prove ourselves as artists. You know, so that's how we made that transition, just by putting in the work and focusing just on music, not just how we gonna eat and where we gonna live at, how you gonna get around. That was all secondary. You know, when it came to getting on that album, making sure we made that album with Tilt, and continuing to get on the next. You know what I'm saying? So
how did the Pimp Squad click PSC? How did that come about anyway?
As far as the name,
PSC, like how did y'all come up? Because we know Tip, you know, was doing his thing, but how did PSC? How did that come about?
Well, in a nutshell, we all grew up together. Starting off from. Started off with me and Matt Boney. You know, me and Matt Boney pretty much.
Mac Boney.
Shouts out to Mac Boney, motherfuckers. And we started off doing our thing, you know what I'm saying, with Mac and AK as youngsters. We talking like 14, 15, you know what I'm saying? So we pretty much didn't really dream to be like nobody. We just, you know, I started off just doing my poetry, and it kind of, I started speaking more about my black life, you know what I'm saying? And then I had an opportunity to present that, right, through, you know, doing bands. So I brought my partner Matt Boney along. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I wrote the songs, and you know, and Boney, he was intrigued by how I wrote. So, you know, he pretty much jumped on the verse. You know, if I got 2-3 verses, I'll let you jump on one like that. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I didn't realize, you know, I was creating my lane as the sensei, you know what I'm saying? And but that's what happened. And so as we took that journey, me and Matt Boney, we ended up running into Tip through, you know, Tip's older cousin, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to B, you know what I'm saying, my love. And
shout out.
B, you know, so he was a little older, you know what I'm saying, but he was already got his pot mitt, got everything going with his trap. So we seen Tip on the couch, like, writing raps. I'm like, what? This was during the time where, in the 90s, where it was that light skin versus dark skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that little. So I'm like, what? Little light skin nigga writing raps? Like, what you rapping about? Little, you know what I mean? That's kind of my energy at the time.
Yeah.
So when he spit that shit, I was like, what? Well, you cold? Like, what the? I was amazed, you know what I'm saying? So I already knew, okay, he different. And from there, it just got even more different. He showed us that, he got a deal up in New York, you know what I'm saying, with a production company.
So when you guys came across Tip, he was already signed?
Yeah.
This is I'm Serious time, right?
Nah, way before that. This is trap time. This in the trap when we were, you know, doing our homework in high school. When everybody doing their homework, I was writing raps. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was rapping my raps when y'all were doing homework. You know what I'm saying? So I was teaching niggas how to rap while niggas doing homework at that time. And Tip was in trap, and he introduced me to Counter Road Trap. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I became family. You know what I'm saying, with KT and. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Cal, Boss Cal.
Yeah.
And so that's how that happened, you know what I'm saying? So from that journey, you know what I'm saying, once Tip showed us he had a deal in New York, but he heard me and Matt Boney on our demo. So that's when he was like, oh man, y'all niggas cold. I'm like, okay. He said, fuck that, I'm gonna drop that deal and come down and fuck with y'all.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? That's how hard our shit was. So he made that move. He pissed a lot of people off, you know what I'm saying? But I respected that he made that move. From that point, I felt like, bruh, you got more knowledge than me, because he would always ask, you know, what you know about the music business? I'm like, I don't know shit. Yeah. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he was like, bruh, I got you. And from there, you know what I'm saying, we built that brotherhood, you know, just in the trap, just hustling up money to go to the studio and pay for that mixing, mastering, and getting it together, you know what I'm saying? And Boss Cap, he also, may rest in peace, had helped us invest. So we were like a trap gang that helped put together this project, you know what I'm saying?
Now, how did Big Country come along?
Now, Big Country, you know what I'm saying, you know, he's also elementary friend. Okay. And we, you know, grew up as kids. So by the time we got in about, 10th grade, we were going to a school called Pebblebrook over in Cobb County at the time. And when I really started talking more to Country, because we really didn't talk that much until that time, he was like, bruh, why don't you goddamn slide me one of them raps? You know what I'm saying? You be goddamn rapping, you be writing all the time. Why don't you goddamn slide me one? Because I was already legend just in the school, just rapping in middle school. You know what I'm saying? That was like over there in Mableton.
Yes, sir.
So I wrote him a rap, and what happened was 2 years go by, because I left that school. I went and graduated from Doug. Shout out Astros, you know what I'm saying? And when I, around 12th grade, I come back to Country. He already expelled his shit, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Country.
Shout out Big Country K, man. He Hurricane pimping. Yeah, man, he already got down, you know, on a whole nother route in the street. So shout out to Mama Rowe, you know what I'm saying? My second mama, third mama, actually. She was like, I'm trying to get my baby out the streets, and I want him on with y'all gang, you know what I mean? Like, what y'all doing? Because we see y'all about to do something. Like, we feel y'all energy. I'm like, what? That was the motivation I needed, for real, you know, at that time as a youngster. So, out of that appreciation for that energy, you know what I'm saying, of course, Country, why not? You know what I'm saying? So what happened was he showed me the route. He like, bro, I still got that route, man. Wow. From 10th grade, man, 10th grade. I'm like, what? Stop. You know, we in 12, so now I'm like, bro, that shit old. Yeah. He like, no, the fuck it ain't, boy. Boy, that nigga rap that rap, dog. I was like, nigga, stop. Man. That rap was so cold.
So you wrote Country Kane's first rap?
Man, I wrote Country Kane's Hurricane Pimpin', man. He then took that rap and he said, look, I took your style and I finessed that bitch, look. Then he was like, Hurricane Pimpin'. You know, he started goddamn putting it. I'm like, shit, boy. Boy, you, what? He was like, man, I'm ready. I'm like, okay. So we tried to get on, you know, Tilt kind of like, red flag, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So Country had to prove some things, you know what I'm saying? So once he proved, you know what I'm saying, whatever he wanted Tip to show him, that's when he still felt like Country couldn't rap. So here's where it come. Here's where it come in at. So because I hit up Country. He talking about, you can't rap now, dog. you need to go on. Look, it's cool. We gonna work on your demo. Cause Country like, fuck it, I'm about to work on my shit anyway. So he came up with Heavy Chevys.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When he came up with it, he like, dawg, I said, look, it's still gonna be PSC featuring. We ain't even on, but I'm still treating it like, you know what I'm saying? It's that.
For sure.
And I did the verse with Country, and you know, I made sure, you know, we kept it in rhythm, how that shit riding and we swerving, you know. I put that soul in that, you know what I'm saying? But that's Country Kane, he came up with it, but I put that soul. So I presented it that night to DJ Toon. And Toon, shouts out to Toon, man. And man, Toon played that thing about 8 times over. And he called up Tip, man, get your ass in here. Tip come listen to it about 6 times and be like, man, fuck it, man. He called up Country 5 in the morning. Bro, you think you put this shit on my album? Country woke his ass up like, what? Hell yeah. Bam. It was like that. That's how Heavy Chevys got on T.I.'s I'm Serious album. You know, I believe it dropped 2001 under Arista. You know what I'm saying? And that was a horrific moment because it was a big moment. It was horrific because it was nerve-wracking trying to make that hit. Shouts out to KP, you know what I'm saying, who challenged us. Yeah. And it was like, nah, them niggas ain't ready. Nah, them niggas ain't ready. And then until we dropped that Heavy Chevys, then it hit him in the head. You know, he was dizzy. Cause he was like, can them niggas do it again though? Can they go in the studio and do it again? He was dizzy. We went in the studio, we did it again. He was a knockout punch. So that's how that history happened, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really back to really do that again, you know what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson, shouts out.
Salute. Now, interesting story, man, of how, you know, because I always wonder how these great moments in hip hop, these great times, this great music, you know, it all has a story to it. You know what I mean? Like trap music in itself, because you were saying trap, and you were speaking about high school. So it's always been a debate about who created trap music. What's your thought process on that?
Well, you know, trap music, before we even were born, was already created, you know, in different ways. But as far as in this generation, we talking 2024, who brought trap music to the mainstream was T.I. Before T.I., nobody was talking about the trap as a package deal. It was just the hood, the block, you know, the spot, you know what I mean, the crack house, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but it wasn't no trap.
So Tip is the one that kind of coined the phrase trap?
He packaged that, you know what I'm saying? It's like he took that, he got the word that was already in the streets of Atlanta, that's what we called it, in Atlanta, a small area compared to the rest of America. So no one in America was calling it that but us, right? It's an Atlanta thing. And Tip is the one who took it and put it into a mainstream package. And we the first trap gang to really come behind that, you know what I mean? No other trap gang was calling themselves trap, you know what I mean, and representing that, you know what I'm saying, and stood on that when it didn't exist. Like mixtapes may have existed in the North in New York in 2000, but down here in Atlanta, nobody had a mixtape like that out in 2000, in 2001. When T.I. dropped, T.I. was the first of his kind to come out with that type of music, in that swag, in that flow, and in them lyrics. You know, nobody's undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So we just stood behind that, you know what I'm saying? And we proved to the people who thought we couldn't do it, you know what I'm saying, that we could live up to what we were, PSC, all together. As we grew up, 14, 15, 16 together.
Did you ever think that it would get as big as it got, you know what I'm saying? With like the first time you heard T.I. rap, you know, hearing Country Kane rap the first time, did y'all ever think that this was gonna be, you know, a legendary time in hip hop?
Yeah, I kind of felt like, when I started high school around 9th grade, my whole dream was to be an artist and take my artist, the success from my artist, and be a manager. So when I went into the high school to make a career path, and they got all these long lists of stuff, and I say, well, I'm gonna be a rap star, and I'm gonna be a manager. And they were like, well, can you pick a real business? You know what I'm saying? I said, well, in my head, that seems like a real business.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they didn't understand at the time because nobody dreamed that in the time I was coming up. So it's just something I just had in my head. Yeah, I felt like, yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I might do some acting. I always see myself like, I guess being, shining
in the entertainment industry.
Being up front in the entertainment industry, and just displaying gifts that just come out of, spirituality. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I seen that, and then when I met Tip, I just felt like, whoa, it's really gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew, like, once, man, I'm gonna tell you like this. I used to do auditions for V103 back in 95, telling my age, because I'm Uncle AK. And back in 95, dog, doing auditions, winning, and then getting on for the main showcases, right? So when we met Tip and he became more, running with us, man, Tip like, AK, let me goddamn, do 4 bars, on one of your segments or whatever. I'm like, we backstage waiting to get on. We got like 50 niggas about to rap, and we behind 50 niggas waiting to get on our turn, and for this audition to win studio time and stuff like that. So I said, hell yeah, you my partner, fuck it. So man, I seen Tip was a star when he got on the stage, and the girls is like, hey, and all the shows that me and Matt Boney would do, we didn't necessarily get too much response, even though folks would always give us that love afterwards. Mm-hmm. But to get the response while we was performing, I'm like, that's different. This nigga different.
So Tip had it early.
He had it early, man. He already had that energy, and that I seen it, and I knew. I'm like, okay, he's sent from above. You know what I'm saying? Because this is unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Unseen.
What was T.I. like before the fame?
Knucklehead. Just pretty much knucklehead. Pretty much very witty. Like a witty crook, like a
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? He's a challenge me all the time, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that, just stuff that when you look back it's funny, but at the time,
Did he use the big words back then?
Nah, well, we was to play around sometimes,
Yeah.
But nah, he ain't, that ain't how he talk.
Because it's always interesting, right? You have a guy that created a genre, trap music, who hails, from Bankhead and West Side and, everything Atlanta. But when he speaks with a lot of vernacular.
Yes.
He's very well spoken. When did that come into play as far as him being so? Because it seemed like Tip before Tip was in jail, he was on some street shit. Then when he came back, he read a whole bunch of books, came back and got a vocabulary. Like, how did that happen?
To be honest, I can't tell you that transition. You know what I'm saying? What he went through at all. You know what I mean? I'm not really, like, when it came to his development, Tip decided to do whatever he on his heart. You know what I'm saying?
Now, was young Dro ever in the original PSC?
Nah, Dro, man, shouts out to Dro.
Shout out Dro.
Dro, nah, Dro's already a legend in the streets of Atlanta. To add to our regime. So no, Dro was salute to what he already had going, and he just complimented what we had going starting up, because he was already on. We talking back when you had the left, right, left. What's it called? Drama, the artist Drama. You had this. He goes way back with Raheem the Dream. You know what I'm saying?
So I say that to say this: the original PSC members are Mac Boney, T.I., Big Country Kane, and AK the Razer Man.
And C-Rod.
Talk to me about C-Rod.
You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to C-Rod. He not really an artist like that. C-Rod is straight up, thoroughbred, 1,000% hustler. So, like I said, we're a trap gang. You know, everybody wasn't necessarily. Everybody put in for this empire. You know, when it came to Grand Hustle, you know, PSC, you know, ENT, everybody did their thing. You know, as far as hustling and playing their role in the street to make that happen as an organization in the street, right? As a label, as a real company, not no fucking Rico shit. You know what I'm saying?
Now I remember there being two brands, right? You had PSC over here, and then you had Grand Hustle. So what was the difference between the two?
Well, the difference between that is, Grand Hustle wasn't necessarily a label; it was a production company. So where we manufactured the hits was at Grand Hustle, and PSC was pretty much the trap family. So that's where that sparked.
So PSC was mostly the artists, and Grand Hustle was where the artists went to be artists.
Yeah, correct. Where the artists went to lay down what was on their thoughts.
Now, you being a original PSC member, Mac Boney, AK the Razer Man, Tip, C-Rod, why, and Big Country Kane, why is AK the Razer Man not on this new PSC project?
That's a very, very intriguing question. And what I would have to say about that, it's a various of things. But number one, I think with me being the sensei of PSC, you know what I'm saying, and I'm the reason, the style, everything that came from PSC, was learned from me. You know what I'm saying? I pretty much taught niggas how to write. You know what I'm saying? So maybe niggas wanted to do stuff without their sensei. And they felt like, nah, man, you know how you want to lead daddy hand, so you want to go, lead mom and daddy hand. You go and grow up, right, and do your thing. So I just let it be. I said, okay, all right, everybody grown up. It's time to get out of the house. Okay, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be Uncle AK right here, stand on my own, handling, stand on business like I've been saying. And shouts out to Lil King, stand on business.
Yeah.
And I think it's some things that happened, between me and my brother that caused some friction. Some things I said in other interviews that nobody knows about. We could have maybe been resolved. I don't know, but it's gotten to a point now where it's out there. It's out there like, hey, where's AK? So I'm pretty much right here. I'm right here. So now that I'm here, it's a position that my family decided to put me in right here. So
have any of them contacted you since?
Oh yeah, man. Shouts out to Matt Boney. He always hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, Matt Boney support my drink, Rosari, the Rosari rum. You know what I'm saying? But as far as C-Rod, shouts out to C-Rod, Doug. You know what I mean? But it's still love in the family, and I guess it's just time to grow. Switch up.
But T.I. hasn't reached out.
Well, Tip, he probably hasn't. He ain't gonna reach out right now. He ain't gonna reach out. Maybe I think there's some things that he wants to see. You know what I'm saying? You know how you reach that level of epic success,
right?
Right. So you want to see your brothers like, come on, man, still, show me what you got. So I think that's what it is. When it comes to that, and because until then, it's like, look, man, you still ain't showed me nothing. You already had your words to what you had to say, and it didn't sound right, So I understand my end and his end without him having to explain too much,
Without speaking too much on it, do you think whatever the disagreements or the misunderstanding between you and Tip, you think it can be resolved?
Yeah, it's definitely resolvable. Like I said, it all boils down to just maybe like the expectations. You have an expectation for your brother to do something, and he ain't done it, and you feel like what you doing. I think it could be that. So until then, it's like, look, I ain't trying to talk to you, man.
I think it's dope that you got accountability, bro. I mean, I ain't never seen these artists blame everybody else for everything or whatever. The fact that you up here taking accountability for your part of it is groundbreaking in itself. Because I can count on one hand how many artists you hear say, oh man, well, I got to step it up. They be like, nah, they got to step it up. He got to step it up. It's his fault. They get to pointing the fingers. I don't really see no pointing fingers with your situation. You basically taking it on the chin. But when you heard about the album, what was your first thoughts?
I seen that, right? People brought it to my attention. They called me. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to everybody who been supporting, just showing love. And I just giving, supportive words. And, I got that call from people, and they were like, what's going on? Why you not on that album? I said, well, I wasn't called to be on it. And I did see some comments that people screenshotted and sent to me. And Matt Boney gave some responses. And I said, okay. I guess they all, collectively decided on this, and it's maybe they feel like, okay, AK should be cool with it, It's okay. He the sensei. He taught y'all how to do what y'all do, and now it's time for y'all to grow up and go out here and fly. You know what I'm saying? So I just looked at it like that, on a more. I guess because I'm the sensei, anyone else who's not the sensei will look at it like, oh, they robbed me of my shine. Like, who mentioned PST and didn't say my name? You know what I'm saying? On some old shit like that. But yeah. I don't have that because I'm the sensei of the shit. So I look at it like, whatever they do is like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go out there and kill it, man. Do what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Because I helped start that. I taught you that. You feel me? So
that's hard.
Yeah, like that's little bro. Let them do their thing.
Is there any sort of disappointment? I mean, knowing the history, right? You and Mac Boney figuring it out, starting to rap together. You writing Country Kane's first rap, and then you guys meeting Tip, him dropping his deal in New York, and just to rock with y'all, and now this Pimp Squad Click album comes out. And there's no AK the Razer Man or no nod or no feature. Is there any kind of disappointment with that?
Man, I think that's a good question. When it comes, disappointment. I think the people may have been disheartened from not seeing me alongside the rest of my brothers, and I think it may have affected the people more than I would imagine that it would, because I was always told that, AK, man, you a trapper, man. You don't worry about this shit. Nobody see you like that. Just do your little thing and just step out. So I'm like, what? This is what I do. You know what I mean? So I always I guess my confidence was a little bit off. So I didn't look at it like I'm that guy until I ain't really look at it until the end, until I seen that. I was like, wow. Y'all remember me?
Yeah, brother, we remember your ass, boy. AK house up on the hill right next to JG.
But I always looked at it like people, I looked at it like people don't know who that is,
Nah.
They're like, who, okay, maybe talking about a chopper, who is.
Yeah.
So when I seen that, people really was like, hold up, nah, A motherfucking K, where he at? And I was like, wow, I really appreciate. So it kind of warmed me up for real. Like, wow, I got some folks out there. But I think it disheartened them because when they contacted me to say, man, what's going on? Why is this happening against what we want? And I'm like, and then the Matt Boney and others giving comments to say, well, he's not part of this journey. It's like, well, damn, what's that about? And there's no beef, there's no problem. So I just look at it like they ain't called me to be on it, and I don't beg to be on stuff. I'm the sensei. I make shit. You know what I'm saying? I raise rappers. So in a nutshell, I just feel like maybe we disappointed the culture. And disappointed the culture, I think. So they wanted to see, the trap still bunking for real. They wanted to see it that, damn, man, the fam still with each other, cause you're brothers in the trap. This ain't no like no job. This ain't no, you just come to work and you meet motherfuckers that You know what I'm saying? Nah, we was raised up in this shit and put our heads together, hearts together, did a little time together, with the same people together all forever until after the album. And then after that, business got in the way. You know what I'm saying? I had my first son.
It always does.
And so I think that's mostly what it is, just business in the way. So once you're doing family business and it's public, it looks salty on the fan end and they just looking at it like, well, he had a problem with us because if you search down my name on Google, they put that bullshit about AK was disgruntled with Grand Hustle. And that's why he formed a PSC. That's what I seen on there. So I ain't really question too many about that shit because I ain't come up in the internet era to give a fuck. So even though I know it's important, there's people looking you up and shit, but I just like, man,
so to set the record straight, were you ever disgruntled?
Nah, I wasn't disgruntled. At the time, I just felt like they were hiding, the secret silent assassin. At the time, I felt like I was being hid. I'm like, why y'all not promote? 'Cause I got all these promoters saying, "What's up? Let's go," and they just needed a little bit of thumbs up, and it wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't know. I didn't want to wait 17 years till now. You know what I'm saying? And 17 years later, they want to put out PSC. You feel me? But we still got it like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's how long I had to wait. So that's the thought. That's the thought. My son's 17 now.
Yeah.
He gonna be 18 this year.
Wow.
You feel me? So during that time when he was born, and I'm a real dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like I gotta take care of my kid. I gotta feed. He gotta make sure he got a roof over his head, food to eat, be able to go from point A to point Z. Like, where the money at? Where the flow at? And we buzzing. And everybody like, what PSC gonna do next? PSC. Everybody been screaming PSC reunion for the last 17 years. I wasn't gonna wait till my son was 17 to be like, all right, we back on. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. And I still stand on that. I didn't like that. I don't like that. Still don't like that. And then this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't like it. So if you feel I guess this would be like a punishment or something, or this would be the response back to my response. This is what you see live in action. So
yeah.
But this is the sensei. I raise rappers, and
I like that one.
I can only be me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't feel no salt about who I raise. I can only.
Do you feel that you helped raise T.I. in his rap?
Of course not. When I just told you now, and they seen it, that when I met Tip, he bust a cold motherfucking flow, made me say whoa, and then already had a deal, and then squash everything with that to come down for us. I'm looking at him like.
Real.
I'm looking at him like, oh, he asking me, what you know about the music business? I'm like, well, I don't know shit. I'm okay, whatever. I'm listening to you. You feel me? That's how it was with Tip.
That's hard, Tip.
So, as far as that, it nothing but salute to that shit.
Yeah.
Triple fucking quadruple OG.
So, this is my last, T.I. PSC question for the night. I think. You said that, a lot of times people come on these platforms and they use the platform to drag folk. They use platform to badmouth folk. They use the platform to say this, say that, or whatever, And I don't get that energy from you at all. You know what I'm saying? I get accountability from you. I get the fact that you're aware of the people wanted a certain thing and it wasn't able to happen for whatever reason. Because my podcast can, it go viral at any time. I've heard that. If T.I. was here right now, what would you tell him?
Chill. Hey, man, I love you, dog. Hey, but look, I'm on my way back up. All right? I see you at the top, my nigga. Let's get it.
That's real. Yeah, it is. Y'all can't twist this man words up. This man ain't said nothing crazy.
Look. I'm gonna say something crazy.
Oh Lord.
Since we had to get some good shit out of the way.
Yeah.
Let you know I'm the coolest. I'm the coolest you will ever know. And I didn't want to let you know, man, it's still AK versus the new PSC. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. And I already know y'all gonna look at my music like that anyway. So I want y'all to realize that with the music I make is like that nostalgia, that old PSC. You know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to Snoop, E40, Too Short, that type of shit, like they give you them, that old school nostalgia. So I'm kind of coming on that vibe, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to cater to none of the new shit like that, but I'm still fresher than all of the shit that's coming out. And my beats, niggas need to step their beat game up, 'cause I just got a new beat producer, Bandman. I ain't talking about the other one. I'm talking about Bandman Too Nice. Colder than everybody right now, you know what I'm saying? I think he the new Zaytoven, for real, you know what I'm saying? So y'all need to go ahead, step your beat game up, and it's AK versus new PSC like that. So y'all just let me know what it's like that.
So this is a challenge.
So really, they want to challenge this. They want to challenge this. Look, they're not gonna. The sensei has to say challenge. You understand? The sensei has to do that. They can't do that because I taught them. You feel me? So I'm the one who has to do that, because obviously they open it up. They say, yeah, I want to challenge my sensei because, I feel big in my britches now. And this is time to grow up. I feel you. Come on for it. You know what I'm saying? See if you can do what you can do. You know what I mean? Because I already know you can't do that. You know what I mean? You can't beat the original. It's not going to happen. Plain and simple. But people just disheartened that the brothers aren't with me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they have to lose to me to say, okay, man, all right, man, come on, AK. Maybe so. But that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I just want to bring that to the forefront.
A challenge has been made, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring your best beats now. Bandman, that's my new producer. Matter of fact, I think somebody called me, and part of the PSC. I ain't talking about no Dro, I ain't talking about T.I. All right, that narrows it down for you. And you want to tell me you want a little beat challenge, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Zaytoven, shouts out to Mike Will made it, you feel me? And I just feel like my producer is the new thing, you know what I'm saying? It's the new thing. So anybody, nobody really has the sound is like from Future. All the shit I've been hearing, it just sound like Kids of Future. Well, we got something new. Uncle AK is coming with something new. That's where I'm at.
Well, let's stay in the producer realm. We recently lost Rico Wade. Let's talk about impact of Rico Wade for those that don't know.
Yeah, rest in peace, Rico Wade. Yeah, that was a cool brother, man. I got a chance to meet him once. I didn't really get a chance to talk too much to him, but he was, his vibe was there. And I was a youngster then. I was about in my maybe 20, 21. And I just looked up to it, so, man, rest in peace, Rico, the whole family. Shouts out to Killer Mike, man.
Yeah.
Man, Killer Mike blessed me, dog. And with a Razor Chop remix.
Wow.
And
wait a minute, so you got a record with Mike?
I got a record with Mike, dog. And shit hard now, called Razor Chop. And Mike is an inspiration. Total, you know what I'm saying? As far as even he just broke the barrier for the age in rap. He just made rap history. Because before,
let's say he's 46 and won
48
years old and won 3 Grammys. He swept the Grammys. I recently reported on that, man. That is just amazing. Being, halfway 50 and sweeping the Grammys, all the rap categories. It just lets you know that it's never too late. Don't let these folks tell you that you're too old to be rapping or your time is expired, because you never know when your time will mess around and come back again. So 365 days before the Grammys, who would have said that Killer Mike was going to have sweep the Grammy category? Nobody would have guessed that. If that was bettable on Prize Picks, it would have been a 1,000,000 to 1, right? Yeah. And the fact that he has been able to do what he's done at this age and at this point in his career is totally unbelievable, man. Shouts out to Mike, man. Real talk.
Shouts out to Mike.
He made Atlanta look real good, but
yeah. Oh yeah, prime time.
Were you in that ATL movie?
No, I was there. I was in the trailers and shit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in that movie. Nah, I didn't want to be an extra.
Just insane, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do want to ask about this. The fame beef between Tip and Lil Flip. What was that temperature like during those time periods when y'all was going at Flip?
The temperature was hot, you know, boiling point, pretty much. You know, Lil Flip, man, shouts out to Flip, respect. Flip, pretty much, you know, he did get under the skin, talking about, you know, people's children and stuff like that. So it got to a violation point where it got really heated, and I think, yeah, it was nasty, man. You know, but we handled that business, and man, may he rest in peace. Big Phil taught Tip out of showing up to the club and seeing them niggas again. You know what I'm saying? Because Flip had a show that night after we handled business in Cloverland. And shouts out to Lil Third, man, the real Cloverland G. And Tip wanted to go over there and go to the club, man, check the man at the club. And shouts out to Phil, man, may he rest in peace. Talk this man out of it. And say, I don't know what would have happened. It would have been a bloodbath, maybe. So that's a lot what I remember about it. You know, of course, Flip at the time, he tried to make stories that, you know, who won and all that stuff. I just looked at it like it almost felt like a publicity stunt, but it was so real that it was like, wow, this shit seemed like too much drama for you. You know what I mean?
Everybody always said they wish they could have seen the footage of that one.
Dog, like, just to be there I'm in Cloverland. The whole hood is outside, and we just waiting for Flip to pull up. And while Flip is on his way, what's his name? Zero, or he come in and I think he sucker punched Tip, and from that point, Big Country handled him. Big Country, yeah, he handled him. You know what I'm saying? And then I believe Flip finally showed up, and then, you know, he got met by you know, Furry of Fist. I believe. Once again, shouts out to Boney, Lil Third. You know what I'm saying? I believe they were right there to catch him right there. Cause you know how you be in a crowd and your niggas would be right here, but that's like maybe two or three people in front of you. So it was kind of like that, to where I would have to kick the motherfucker out the way in order to get over there. But they had already seen about him, and he kind of slipped through the crowd and got the hell on. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, real easy, real quick. Tip come down, you know, walking with the fofo, you know, out the block. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got about 45 niggas behind him. You know what I'm saying? With the fofo. And we walked back to the tour bus. He like, see these niggas at the club. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And
y'all are in Houston.
Yeah, we there. And Big Phil like, man, dog, what you gonna tell these niggas mamas, you know, somebody don't make it? Ooh. And that's what really hit right there. And when he said that, Tip reaction switched. Because the bus driver gonna go wherever Tip say. And Tip like, damn, nah, fuck it, man, let's go home. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody lives to fight another day.
You live another day, and here we are. You know, the legacy continues.
Facts. He a feisty dude, though. I heard he squared up with Floyd Mayweather. You gotta be one confident dude to square up with the greatest fighter of all, arguably the greatest fighter of all time. Nigga ain't scared. I will tell him that, though.
Oh yeah, no comment on that one. On that one, no comment.
No comment.
Yeah, cause that one right there, that was some other stuff. You know what I mean? Personal stuff. I don't even.
We'll talk about that off camera. Hey man, before we get out of here, AK man, let these folks know what you got coming up. Let these folks know where they can follow you at. Everything AK the Razer Man.
Right now, I got my Rosari rum for all my ladies who like to drink. It's peach and mango infusion. 40% alcohol. I got that really very, very, very cost efficient.
Yeah.
At $20 a bottle.
Come on.
If you can't do that, I mean, just don't do anything in life. And
Thanks.
I pretty much got new music with my producer, Bandman, and it ain't really about me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even though I think y'all need to step y'all rap game up and really kind of come with more substance in what y'all talking about. and more storytelling, and like how Von, may he rest in peace, did. And y'all just need to really just kind of make that shit more like in depth. You know what I'm saying? Bring hip hop back, cause whatever's going on, I feel like my raps can teach you. Once again, I'm the sensei, and I'm coming with that. Gone Busted. That's the new single right there. You know what I'm saying? And I believe my homegirl, shouts out to China Monet. She just heard the record. She like, hey, Cam, I'm fucking with that. Let's go. So, hey, you her manager, ain't it?
It is.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we need to talk to your manager. So here I am. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think y'all need to step y'all beat game up. You know what I'm saying? All y'all producers out there, y'all ain't doing it like Bandman, and he gonna show y'all. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we got.
Let them know where to follow you at, brother.
You ain't follow me on AK the Razer Man. AK the Razer Man on everything. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. It's all love. I really appreciate the support.
Hey, man, it's
thank you so much.
Legendary time, brother. I appreciate you, bro. You can follow me at Ugly Money Nietzsche. That's Ugly Money Niche. Remember, the bigger the dream, the bigger the risk, the bigger the payoff. This has been the Ugly Money Podcast with AK the Razer Man. That ugly money.